All right. Steve is once again not with us. He's out west again. So you just get me today. And today we're going to talk about, or I'm going to break down something new in the finance world. They're called Trump accounts. You've probably heard of them. Let's dig into them a little bit. Because you've seen the headlines, but the details can get a little confusing here. So I'm going to try to explain what the accounts are, who qualifies, how they work, and whether they actually make sense for families or not. So first, what is a Trump account? Think of it as a new tax advantage investment account for kids. It's kind of a hybrid between an IRA and a long-term savings plan when you think about it. But here's the big headline. A child that's born between January 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2028, the federal government's actually going to drop $1,000 into your Trump account. And that's the hook, right? A starter investment funded by the government, $1,000 into the account. So beyond the initial $1,000 that the government's going to drop in, parents, grandparents, employers, even nonprofits, if they want to, can contribute up to $5,000 per year per child until the child actually turns 18 years old. And that money in the account has to be invested in simple, low-cost index funds, basically broad U.S. stock market funds. So that helps keeps the investments transparent, growth-oriented, and inexpensive. Now, here's one of the catches, though, when you're thinking about these Trump accounts. The money's going to be locked up until January 1st of the year the child turns 18. No early withdrawals, no dropping in for school supplies or sports expenses, which I know a lot of us have with youth sports these days, or even emergencies. On that 18th birthday year, the account converts into a more traditional investment or traditional IRA type account. And from there, the rules look a bit closer, again, to IRA type accounts or retirement style accounts. So some people like these accounts. And why are they getting so much attention? For one, it's that initial $1,000 that the government's going to drop in, right? That's basically free money for the child. And if it's invested for 18 years, we've talked about it on this show a lot. The potential for compounding to grow that money over time is pretty powerful. Second, the contribution flexibility is attractive here. Grandma can pitch in if they want to. The employer can pitch in. Charities can even set up contributions. It's a structure designed to help kids build wealth early, regardless of family income, which is a positive. And because these investments are restricted to broad-based index funds, there's a built-in simplicity here, right? You don't have to think about which stocks to buy and so forth. You're just riding the long-term growth of the U.S. Economy and the U.S. market, which, historically speaking, has proven to be quite resilient. A lot of positives there. Let's talk about some of the criticisms that people are going to bring up about these accounts, because there is no shortage of criticism, as we know. Financial planners are going to point out that Trump accounts don't necessarily beat existing tools like 529 plans, traditional IRAs, in terms of tax advantages or even the flexibility that you get with them. Another concern is, the money's locked up. Families who need the funds for education before 18 or for emergencies, which a lot of people do, you're not going to be able to touch it. And finally, the long-term impact of these accounts, the $1,000 is nice, the initial $1,000, but it's going to depend heavily on ongoing contributions. Because if that initial $1,000 that is all the child ever gets, the benefit's going to be modest. It's going to grow. Compounding is going to work its magic, but it'd be nice if it worked its magic on more money than just the initial $1,000. Again, if this program is going to shine and show real value down the road, families, employers, and others are going to need to consistently contribute to these accounts over the first 18 years for that child. So here's the bottom line. If you're having a child during the eligible years, you'd be crazy not to take advantage of the free $1,000. But as a long-term planning tool, Trump accounts shouldn't automatically replace, other tools that we have in our tool belt, like 529s, custodial accounts, IRAs. There's definitely advantages and disadvantages to each of those accounts and where the money goes. And it's going to be specific to each person's situation on which one's going to work best for what they need. So think of a Trump account as one more bucket of money, potentially useful, but it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all situation.